thought everything I said now was fair. And to all you people that said, oh well, what NIL is your only reason, I'm pretty sure I listed out 5 reasons right there, Bryce. 5 well thought out reasons I may add.
If someone's taking advantage of their blue check mark. And all right, welcome back to another episode of the Scarlet and Blue Show. I have got a little bit of studio starting to come together here. We got the mic back, the lighting's set up a little bit better, some stuff on the wall. So now I can finally counter the stuff you got going on in your background, and we're getting moved in and used to things here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Chances are this will change again eventually. I guess Michelle's not putting up the things I want to do, so this is just the backdrop for now. The flag will stay. I will fly my Buckeye colors.
Yeah, of
So,
course, of course. I
speaking
expect
of
nothing
flying,
less.
speaking of flying colors, happy 4th of July to everybody. We're of course recording a day ahead of time, but
Happy 4th. Happy American Day.
yes, sir.
Let freedom ring.
Let freedom ring from sea to shining sea.
Yes. Yes. Well, let's kick it off
Mm-hmm.
because we are yeah, and I feel like not much has changed in the world
Yep.
in terms of two teams, but there's still enough going on. I think we got to kick it off though, Garrison, with your tweet that just set. Was this what night was this? Was this set? Today's
This
Wednesday.
was 4 days ago. So yeah, it was a Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you tagged Scarlet and Blue Show in it, and I'm of course have the login as well on my phone, and my
Mhm.
phone is just blowing up because of this tweet. So we'll put it up. We'll put it up here. But Garrison, the floor is yours, man. Way to take the world by storm here.
No, dude, I get this maybe once a month. I come with one once a month, but this one I had no idea. I really had no idea. Like 2 and 3 were gonna comment on it. Rich Eisen commented on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. You
Oh
could
well.
have teased us a little bit there before dropping that.
I
No,
oh I
people.
just listen.
Rich Eisen responded to the tweet.
One of the coolest guys in sports media. I love Rich. I
One of
love
the
Rich.
biggest guys.
Yeah. Yes.
1.3 million followers, by the
He's
way.
on
And
Peacock, isn't he? No.
I think
No,
he's on
no.
Roku.
Roku. That's what it is. Yeah.
Did you ask him to come on the show?
Yes, I did from the Scarlet Blue channel.
What do you say?
I don't know yet. I'm waiting for an email. Hopefully he sees our email somehow and gets it. But I've seen no response yet. And as soon as we get a response, trust me, everybody, you will know if we get that response.
Yeah, help us
But yeah,
out. That'd be sweet to get the man on the show.
I just I had no idea it was gonna turn out that big. A lot of I mean I I had someone say like, man, there's a lot of people that don't like it. I told him, I said, well, there's only about 350 to 400 comments. Even if half of that's negative, it has 1.6 likes. How come? Like, so I mean, but
Yeah, if you like metrics here, it got 1,600 likes. I guess I can probably look at the total here. Maybe not. All right, 1.6K, 131 reposts, and 297 replies. It got 370 million views. Or, sorry,
thousands.
370,000 views. Yeah, I was
Guys,
like,
if I did that, we'd be out of
would be
here.
huge. Yes. Yeah. So
But if you don't mind, I want to read because as cool as cool those numbers were, and they were very very cool, and Rich Eisen responding, which is it took everything in me at the fanboy on there on and like on X, but everything I'm saying in this post, a lot of people didn't like, and I'm confused, and I want you as a Michigan fan, let me know what's wrong with what I'm saying in this. I say in 3 to 5 years, I truly believe we are going to see Ohio State and Oregon create a significant gap between themselves and the conference as a whole. Now, caveat, I was talking to a Michigan fan on here about this, and I do understand how saying significant might come off a little disrespectful, but I said as the conference as a whole, I believe they will surpass, like they will be surpassed. So
you
that's
you you uppercased every letter in the word significant.
I did. I did, but I meant but that's why it's very important everybody to read, and if you cannot go get hooked on phonics. I said the conference as a whole. And then right after that, I follow it with Penn State, Mich, and Southern Cal will still have very good talent and challenge them. So I didn't say they're going to win the conference every year. I said those three programs are still going to challenge them. I said, but the rest of the conference will not be much of a challenge year to year. From the office to the field, Ohio State and Oregon are operating at a much different level and a higher level. They currently have two of the younger coaches with both of their institutions, fans, and boosters and athletic departments fully behind them. Ohio State will always be around and is here to stay. With that being said, a lot of fans of upper echelon Big Ten teams are going to see a long-lasting impact of Oregon's arrival to the conference faster than they realized. I thought everything I said that was fair. And to all you people that said, oh well, what NIL is your only reason? I'm pretty sure I listed out 5 reasons right there, Bryce. 5 well thought out reasons I may add. And so I just want to get your thoughts on it.
You said a lot. You said a
I
lot in one
did.
tweet.
So yeah, I know
Someone's
you have it in front of you.
I do. Someone's taking advantage of their blue check mark and using the unlimited character limits because
Oh,
you're
oh
you're
yes.
you're using it all. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You're savvy at this. This is not your first dance. I mean, to say significant gap in uppercase everything, that you know, I don't want to give it a number, but a majority of people are just going to take that and then reply and not read the rest. So you know what you're doing there.
Maybe
Uh,
so.
yeah. And then you kind of backtrack it by saying we'll still have good talent and challenge them, but then the rest of the conference will not be much of a challenge that year. So you're
Yeah,
talking about like Minnesota is not going to put up much
dude.
of a fight?
I outside of the 3 teams I named, I don't think anyone else in this conference is going to be able to touch Oregon and Ohio State or even come close. I think those other 3 teams will beat Ohio State and Oregon from like here and there. I don't think that they're going to get blasted every year. I think those are the 3 teams that can win the conference. Also, that's why I said challenge them. I still think Penn State, eventually USC, and you guys can win the conference. Still, that's I said as a whole. The conference has 18 teams.
Yeah.
I
So
named
what's
five. I named five.
what has changed? We can list out the things that have changed in terms of what you guys are doing. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, fans, boosters, NIL, athletic departments, all of those things are in play. But I would argue that yeah, you went out and got an AD who wants to spend more on NIL. That's a change. But you also will say too though that you guys bought talent before. So what's changing all of a sudden? You guys are always top of the conference. The last time you weren't top of the conference was when you had Luke Fickle there coming off of those sanctions.
But we were top of the conference in 2019 and 2020. What are you talking about? Did we not win the conference in 2020?
No, I just said you guys have always been top of the conference except for
Oh, oh,
2011.
oh. Okay,
So
okay.
I'm like,
I think I misheard you. Misheard
that's right.
you.
What's changed? And then like what makes you? I guess what makes you? Okay, I'll answer the first question now. If I had to follow up.
Go ahead.
What would you say to that? Like what's changed with Ohio State? Like why is all of a sudden this statement being made? Like I feel like it's the same thing as it's
Yeah.
always been every year.
I think I believe that the era of NIL, Ohio State is going to take advantage of that. And I don't have to say it again on here, Bryce. I am very well aware of my program, and I can care less of what they do to get wins.
Sure.
I've said that plenty of times, but I think that favors us. And the truth of the matter is, even institutions that make more money than Ohio State, such as you guys, haven't even figured it out yet. Yet Ohio State has. I believe that we put the money into it to do that. We put the money into our staff to do that. Ryan Day. So you asked what's different. The difference between Ryan Day compared to Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel, he actually knows when to get rid of a coach. He makes no bones about firing coaches, and so you guys like things like that's changing in Ohio. We've always been great at recruiting. It looks a little different right now. It looks a little different right now. I think all these things, all only thing needs to change now is our stadium. It needs to get renovated. But
Oh,
I think
what would you do to the shoe?
no, you keep that as a shoe. You just gotta give it a touch up. Like give it a touch up. No,
Wow.
don't
Who
change
are
what
you?
I'm talking about the things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, not the outside, not the not the cathedral college football. Um,
I just okay. All right.
but yeah, I don't know. I think things are different. And the truth of the matter is, right, it's like the wind. You can't see it, but you know it's there. I think you feel it too. Where around the Ohio State program, it's a little different than it was 10 years ago.
You mean 10 years ago when you guys won a natty?
I mean, no, I'm talking about just as a whole. Look at bro, that next bro. You can
I'm confused.
let's say I don't mean like in terms of winning a natty. I'm talking about just the term in terms of the look of the program. Do you think your program looks the same? Does overall last year and 2016? Do you think the program as a whole? Do you think it looks the same?
Of course not.
That's all I'm saying. I think that we are. I think in this new era of college football, I think that's that we excel at. I think that's our playing field. I think that's like that's a Miami playing field. I don't necessarily think it's an Alabama playing field.
Okay.
Alabama doesn't have that much money, not that much money, but as much money as Ohio State or Michigan.
Sure. And that's true. So I'll give you this.
Our lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
I think that I think right now in Columbus, everything looks good. There are very few weaknesses in your football department, in your football program. I think as of July 3rd, everything looks championship caliber.
Mm-hmm.
I do also think though that is setting the pressure, the expectation, which I know you said you want the pressure, you welcome the pressure,
It's been there since 2002.
and I guess I just don't see what else has really changed other than a bump in NIL. And
And that's why I told you it's like this is kind of like the wind. You can't see it, but you know it's there and you feel it. And
all right,
I feel it. I
okay.
feel it.
Now let's talk about Oregon then. I
Okay.
feel like you and your Oregon buddies, these new friends you've made, are getting a bit caught up in recruiting.
No.
No?
As a wise man once said, recruiting is the backbone
No,
of
gosh,
college
you always bring
football.
this up.
And and so I don't know what else to say to you. Like if you
They just haven't done anything yet, man. Like, could they
I
do it?
don't care.
Yeah,
I
but they haven't.
last year has nothing to do with this year. I don't care about what happened last year.
Yeah, but
I
you,
don't care. I'm
okay.
talking about this year and what we know right now as the Oregon football program. And what the Oregon football program has one of the better young coaches in college football. Like you guys, we're going to talk later about some of the coaching rankings. Um, your coach is not Dan Lanning.
Why?
I'm telling you that
Why?
I'm willing to go on a limb and say that. I'm willing to go on a limb and say that.
Why not?
I think
What
that
do you have?
I think I don't know. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. I think Sharon Moore's gonna be a really good coach. I think Dan Lanning is set for greatness. That's the difference between the two. I think he's set for greatness. The same way when I remember way back, Bryce, way back when Nick Saban went to Alabama, I said, "Oh no, that's greatness." He's won a championship already. You're about to see greatness. He's gonna take over college football, and what did
Wow.
he do? He did it. So like I don't
Wait.
like
Who took over college football? Hold on, I lost you there.
Alabama.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Dan Lanning. Hold on, I got lost
No,
there.
I know what I'm saying is some guys I just believe are special. I don't know if Sherman more special. I don't think he is. I think he's gonna be a really good coach. I think Dan Lanning is a special coach. I
Okay,
think he's
so why? Wait, I genuinely asking why.
his demeanor, and this is become from as a football player. He's someone I would go to a wall for. I love the way he talks. Like I say it all the time. I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever heard. When he was at before they played Colorado, and he said rooted in substance. Oh, I love that. I mean, it's better than hearing your coach say smash. I just
You guys say boom, relax.
no, but that's not our thing. That's not what we came up with or what our coach came up with. Your coach came up with smash. That's what he says. While this guy says rooted in substance. He comes from the Georgia. He comes from Georgia. I mean, the guy has been set up for greatness and busted. I think he's that good. I think he's greatness on the rise.
Yeah.
So that's all.
All right.
I think Oregon as a program, dude, is just. I mean, we can't act like they haven't been a top 10 program since the early 2000s. I mean, maybe mid 2000s. What do you think?
I'd have to go back and I mean, okay, so Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Um,
USC
I would put Oregon above USC over the
since
past
2000
since
or
2000.
heck
You said
no
2000? Oh,
since
okay, then you're
2000.
including the Pete Carroll years. Okay, fine. USC, Texas, Auburn, LSU.
I don't think Auburn's been better than Oregon.
They've had two national championship appearances,
They've won
Heisman
it.
Trophy winner.
They won it because of Cam Newton. That team was poo poo.
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking.
that 20 was it 13? I don't know, against Florida State. That was a good team. Actually, it wasn't even that great of a team, but they made Cincinnati.
You mean what? James Winston?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you remember what happened when they played Oregon? Dog walked them.
but that was
Oregon.
2014. That was the first
Yeah.
playoff.
I think Oregon's been a better program than Auburn for the last 20 years or since 2000. I think
Yeah,
just as a whole, because
close.
Oregon doesn't have a championship, but
No,
they consistently win more than Auburn.
they
You
had
want
one playoff appearance, right?
Auburn,
No,
Oregon,
Oregon.
Oregon? Yeah, they've had one. That's 2014.
I just don't think, man. I get it. They're flashy. They're fun. Again, everything looks good in Eugene right now. But I don't think they have
Receivers,
anything that makes them
I
a
don't.
top program over the
They're
past. And I think going into this year, yeah, there's some exciting. Like Dillon Gabriel is a huge get for them. They've got talent. They got people coming in transfers. Obviously, they're recruiting well. It should go well. I'm just not ready
I
to give his flowers yet.
over two thirds of their offense would start for you easily, easily.
I don't know about that. I
Right?
mean,
You
receivers probably.
there's
Quarterback.
see here's the thing. You Michigan, and I hear this a lot about Oregon's trenches. Michigan fans, go do your research and just go do your research on what Oregon's recruiting has been since the Mario Cristobal days, and seeing what Dan Lanning's expertise is. The trenches. Go see what they've been doing. Go see what
Sure.
they've been doing. See the players they put into the NFL. They put up higher grade players than you guys do. So
Yeah,
like,
but they haven't won like we have. They haven't won
no,
like you
Bryce,
guys
that's
have.
Bryce. That's
That has
fine.
to count for
I don't
something.
care. No, it doesn't. I'm talking about
Winning?
the ninth. Listen, bro. 24 Ohio State won a championship in 2014. That has nothing to do with this season. That has nothing to do. These are not the same players. You should know better than anyone
No,
with
of
your
course,
offense,
of course.
Bryce.
We were just talking about top programs, though.
I think they're one of the top programs without
I,
question.
yeah, top 10. I don't know about top 10.
They have
Top
they have a
15.
Heisman winner. They're consistently winning. You don't see 4-win seasons like you do in Auburn or in Florida. You don't see that. You don't see that. And the thing is that a lot of these teams, they win with the success of one coach. They win off the success of one player, like an Auburn and Cam Newton. No matter who the coach is at Oregon, except for what's his name, I'm blanking on the black guy. Except for him, everyone that comes to Oregon wins. Everyone.
They went
Like,
4-8 in 2016.
and outside of that,
4-3 in 2020. They went 9-4. Cristobal's first year.
how many 10-win seasons, 10-win plus seasons do they have since 2000?
Since 2000, they have
I know they had some struggles in the early 2000s,
2000,
but yeah,
2001, 2005, 2008 through 14,
that's
all
Chip,
10
right?
plus wins. That's all. Helfridge had 2 of those years, but he also had 2 of the worst years.
And they won the
yeah,
conference. Like I think they have, especially over the last 10 years, they've been the best team in the Pac-12. I think if you are the top team in a conference, you are a top 10 program. Like I don't see was. But would you put Penn State ahead of them?
no, no,
And do you think Penn State's a top 10 program?
no.
Right? Wow.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you gotta win something, man. Substantial. Now I'm looking right now how many Pac-12 championships they have because I want to see because I do think up until this season where everything's changed, I think winning your conference championship is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So they won in 2000, 01, 09.
Joy Harrington days.
Yeah. 10, 11, 14, 19, 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 over the last 20 years. That's pretty good.
And I think for Oregon, that's really good.
It's really good. And that's years with Pete Carroll. It's years with a good Stanford team with Harbaugh and Shaw. It's years with Washington. I mean, Washington was in the playoff, first playoff.
Even Harbaugh never won the Pac-12.
No. Well, he was at Stanford, but still.
Yeah, he had 2 10-win seasons there.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
I guess Utah's always been something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I think it's bold claims he made.
Go check out their offensive line, Bryce. Go check, actually see who's on the offensive line. Every Michigan fan says they think they're small. No, they're not. Go look at them. It's like it's such a weird thing that Michigan fans talk about when they can easily go look this stuff up. It's like,
yeah, but we got room to talk.
No, you don't. You don't have any room to talk when this
offensive line. We don't have room to talk.
No. Listen, there's no room to talk when we're talking about facts. People are saying that Oregon's old offensive line and defensive line are small. They are the furthest thing from small. They are elite. Oregon has been, especially in the offensive line, Oregon has been elite in the trenches for some time now. So that's why it's so confusing that narrative and why Michigan fans are so down on Oregon. When the truth, like I said, they have two running backs over there. I don't think they're better than that. One of them might be better than Donovan. The other one maybe not, but they will split time with that. Every single one of their wide receivers will start for you. Tight end, no, you guys can have that. I think they will have 3 offensive linemen that will start for you. The quarterback will start for you. Like I just
We'll see. Well, I get what you're saying. You can look at the stats in terms of numbers and weights and heights, and you can look at the recruiting. I just
Orji would be a linebacker for Oregon, bro. Like I mean, it's just like
I got to see it. I got to see it on the field until they win. I mean, they had 2 shots last year.
I don't care about. Stop talking about last year.
Yeah, but that's but that's what we have to base it off of. That's part of what it has to be based off of. It has to.
This is why you can't base it off things like that. What's the most important position in football?
Quarterback.
Who was their quarterback last year?
Wait, who was Oregon? No, don't tell me. Bo Nix.
And who's their quarterback this year?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is Dillon Gabriel better than Bo Nix? I don't know if you're glitching, but that's
no.
So is it an upgraded quarterback?
If he's healthy, yeah.
We'll see.
If Dillon Gabriel is healthy, He's a complete monster. He's an undersized monster. He wouldn't be the quarterback for my football team in the NFL, but in college, he's that guy.
I was gonna say you take him at Ohio State any day.
If Dillon Gabriel came right now, I would happily have him be our starter.
Yeah.
I think he's the best quarterback in the Big Ten going into the season. So I don't think there's any push. There should never be any pushback to that right now.
Yeah, no, probably not. Hey, what is this you got about sanctions?
We could talk about that next week. I actually want to let's do some more information on that. I actually want you to look at that also.
Well, did I miss something?
No. It's something I watched and I heard, and I want to get your take on it. So I'm gonna send it to you. We can talk about it later next week.
All right, that's
but
good plug.
I do want to talk. I do want to talk about these coaching rankings.
Now we're back to classic off-season conversation.
Oh baby, listen, I over at the winged helmet, they're Mish guys. I think they do pretty good. No, they do awesome work. I'll say they do awesome work. Trent N, this is his article. He writes for SI Sports Illustrated for Michigan, and he came out with his top 18 coaches in the Big Ten. Now, I prefer lists that don't even. If you're a new coach if you're new to being a head coach, I don't believe you should be on any list. Because truth be told, it's kind of it's not fair to you as a coach because you have technically accomplished nothing. But I get why somebody like Trent N did. Now, at 18, you have Deshaun Foster. And his whole reasoning for putting Deshaun Foster, and I listened to it. I didn't just read the article. I listened to it on the Week Helmet. And he's never been a head coach. Fact. So, but off that, he should be 18. And I'm completely with that. I understand it. Ryan Walters was number 17. He didn't have a great year at Purdue last year. It was his first year, but I understand when he is there. Now, if that is your reasoning for a guy being a new head, being that far down, he's a new head coach. Why the hell is Sharon Moore at 8? It's beyond me. And he brought up the wins that he has as an interim coach. Bryce, in all honesty, please be honest. What's more impressive? What Sharon Moore did as an interim coach, or what I'm blanking on Iowa's or not Iowa's, but Northwestern's coach did last year.
Northwestern's coach. That was one of the greatest coaching jobs in college football history.
And he is ranked in where is he?
He's 15.
He's at 15.
David Braun.
What are we talking about?
I agree. I agree. That guy should be higher.
Sure. Brett Bill, my bro, listen, he's at Illinois right now. There's nothing you can tell me that makes Sharon Moore a better head coach than Brett Bielema. It's amazing to me. And things Trent N does good work.
So you're upset with what this comes down to is you're upset with where Moore is. He's above Jonathan Smith.
Trent N was a journalist. He's a journalist. If you are a journalist, you should have some integrity. You should have integrity. This right here, having Sharon Moore at 8. Now, kudos to you for putting Ryan Day at 1, and you spoke the facts. You spoke the facts on his record and everything he's accomplished, and no one else has done that in the Big Ten. My guy, why is Sharon Moore at 8, and why do you contradict yourself in putting someone at 18, saying because he's a new head coach, but then you put this guy at what? Bro, was Bryce? Maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe I'm reading bull crap. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And all the games that Sharon Moore coached, was your head coach Jim Harbaugh not there throughout the week during preparation?
He was.
What are we talking? Sharon Moore. I hope that he has a great career outside being Ohio State. I hope he loses all the bowl, and I hope he loses all the bowl games he gets to. I hope he gets fired eventually. I hope we cause him to get fired. I don't feel comfortable saying that, but I'm saying that. He is not the number 8 coach in the Big Ten. And it's not because I think he sucks. It's not because I don't think he can't be a good coach. It's not because I don't think he can't be a great coach.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're upset that because he hasn't really proved himself.
Not by a damn sight he has.
And so he hasn't proved himself as what, a complete head coach or as just a coach?
A head coach. A
A head
head
coach.
coach. And
Okay.
the thing is, in the whole, if you read the article, he's talking about things that coaches have accomplished. Please tell me what not Ryan Day. Please tell me what Sharon Moore has accomplished as a head coach. A head coach.
Well, based off what we were just talking about, you're saying you can't really give him credit for the last
No,
season, the 4 wins.
Even when Ryan Day coached 3 games and mind you, did all the preparation throughout the week for Ohio State in those 3 games. And I'm not saying they're as big as the games that Sharon Moore coached on Saturdays. I don't even give Ryan Day it's on his record. I don't give him credit for those wins. You're not the head coach. You're not going through the grueling time in the season, in the off season. You didn't have to go through all that.
So all
Oh,
right. You're got a couple minutes here, I think, right? We got 3 minutes. All right. So but there's also people on this list. Like I'd put Greg Schiano way higher. I think Greg Schiano is a great coach.
Yes.
Yes. I'd put him above PJ Fleck. I put him above James Franklin.
Oh man, you know what? Tell me why is Sharon Moore ahead of Smith, Michigan State's head coach?
Oh, I think
Mike Locksley.
No, okay, Locksley. I stand by that. But Jonathan Smith, dude, he won at Oregon State. You don't win at Oregon State. No one wins at Oregon State. I think he's a good coach. I don't know how he'll do at Michigan State. That's another conversation.
He has PJ Fleck ahead of Matt Rule.
Yeah, PJ Fleck's. That's crazy. Well, let's give everyone the whole list. So 1, Ryan Day. 2, Dan Lanning. 3, Lincoln Riley, which I'm sure you have thoughts there. 4, Kirk Ferentz.
Stop real quick, Bryce. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. Dan Lanning. You're gonna hate this, Bryce. Dan Lanning shouldn't be ahead of James Franklin. I'll continue. If we're going based off of accomplishments.
What?
Dan Lanning, as of today, Dan Lanning should not be. James Franklin today, if we're going off accomplishments, which is what Trent N did that. He talked about what coaches have done. James Franklin, who outside of Ryan Day, who's accomplished, and Kirk Ferentz, I guess, who's accomplished more in the Big Ten? How many of those coaches can say they beat Urban Meyer?
Kirk Ferentz.
I said outside of Kirk Ferentz and Ryan Day.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, but again, I think you got to look at where you're coaching at too, and I think someone like Penn State recruits well, right? I mean, they're middle of the road some seasons. Some seasons they're high.
No, they recruit better than you guys.
They recruit well. Okay, fine. They recruit well. I'm not trying to start a jab with Penn State fans, but they recruit well. It's different. Whereas like Rutgers, if you can have success at Rutgers, you can have success at Oregon State.
You're the man.
That to me tells me you can coach football. So yeah, it's an interesting list. It's good fodder. I should have known you would have gone after more.
I wish we had 10 more minutes. But all right, buddy. Hey, happy 4th of July, Ben.
Happy 4th to you as well, my dude. Go Blue.
All right. OH.